Oh, the vibration of the indigo ray comes your way. I am Michael, burning bright with the sword of truth and light. I am Michael, burning bright, cutting through those dreams, those fogs, those visions coming from the lower vibration. So visions come from the higher vibration and visions come from the lower. Old remnants of past fears tend to float around in the ethers like ghosts or poltergeists, like miasmas moving around like a fog. And sometimes you roll into them. Some of them are combinations of your own fears with the collective consciousness of others. Some of them are memories, time past, that the soul holds and that the cells hold. Your bodies, your brain have cellular memories that go through the ancestry of the physical form that you've chosen to come in. It's interesting that the physical vibratory form is an organic computer, if you would, that holds memory. You are only just beginning to understand this in your knowledge base, in your science base. Although those who have always understood it, but have kept it back from the general public, the general consciousness, for reasons of their own. Now all things are coming to the light. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel joy in that. Exposure is going to continue to be something that happens on your planet. The sword of truth and light is like a beacon. The sword of truth and light is something that cuts through the density and cuts off those densities that have become cancers, that opens up the pathways of truth, that creates a space that the truth can penetrate and come through. I hold that vibration in my work. There are many aspects of the work that I have done and the interactions that I have had with human beings on this earth. I am Michael. I am Michael. I have been noted in the past as the one who slays the dragons, or the one who brings the sword of truth and light forth in front of the legion of the heavenly forces. I am Michael. Perhaps you could see me in that way, but you could also understand that I am the light within you that knows the truth, the beacon of truth within each and every cell of your body. The angelic realm is an interesting realm. The angelic vibration exists within all human beings. You carry different vibratory patterns, some from the stars, what you might consider extraterrestrials, some from the angelic realm, and some from the earth realm, the realm of the material matter that was given life through the infusion of the light. So, there are these cross sections within many of you as you hold vibratory genetic patterns from the angelic realm, from the star realm or the heavenly realm, from the realm of what you might think of space or galactic heritage, and then also from the heritage of the sons and daughters of the earth plane. And so these mixed heritages come together to create something new. You are moving into that space of becoming a new vibratory being on your planet. If you look at evolution, what part of it that is known and is seen, some of it has been lost and will not be revealed until the human consciousness can understand it and hold it, which is coming soon to your planet. When you look at that evolutionary pattern, you will notice that the physical form of the human being changed to hold different vibrations at different times. You have been very microscopically narrow in some of your in some of the teachings that were let spread to or come to the planet through these theories of evolution, leaving out vast parts of your star history and your human history and your galactic families and so on and so forth. But the aspect that we have used to term soul family, which all of you are part of, was the aspect meaning that you would basically come to the planet at this time to open up to the new level and to bring the new consciousness to the planet. And so there was a evolving that went on within your own beings. I am the one that is part of that evolution. Part of how I have served you is not only holding the beacon of the truth that vibrates within you. The basic simple truth is that you are love, and that is how you master all the other aspects of the third dimensional plane. Very basic. That you are the light, and that you are love, and that you are divine in nature. You will notice if you will go back several years that you worked with an invocation of accepting your divine natures. And that was helpful for all of you who went through that period and did that. That was helpful for you in being able to hold this vibrational pattern of your higher self minute by minute, second by second. So each and every one of you in the circle is capable of, and each and every one listening to this transmission is capable of and has held certain aspects of your higher self within you. There are many of you that are holding greater and greater amounts more and more frequently. The higher vibrational beings on your planet who are incarnated in the third dimensional form, the highest of them, which is a small number still, hold around 80%. Some of you are holding around 75 at this point, which is fairly quite high. Others are beginning to hold at a 50% mark. And as more of you begin to hold at a 50% mark, your higher vibration of light, the more you will see a swing in the consciousness of the planet. And so you are starting to reach a critical mass, and you will see a big swing coming in the next 6 to 8 months in the consciousness opening of the planet. There's always a cracking before the consciousness fully opens to a large degree. That cracking sometimes comes through as sorrow or as a disillusionment or a disappointment. All of you here present have held your higher self in the vibration and are holding it more and more frequently, as I have said. You may call on me, Michael, to help you hold that vibration. The invocation that was given is extremely helpful, as are many of the other prayers, invocations, mantras that you can use. But something consistently, this particular one for 2019, with its stances on forgiveness and of accepting of the higher self and your soul purpose, are extremely helpful in you holding the vibration of your higher self for longer periods of time and beginning to push it into deeper spaces within your body, penetrating greater cellular mass within the physical form. So we understand that that is a lot of material. Breathing in, breathing out, accepting the sword of truth and light, and the indigo ray that I ride, the pure indigo of the night sky. I am Michael, burning bright. Often you can think of me as a starry night, and that will help you if you begin to stare at it or look at it or lay under it, blanketed by the stars in the indigo sky. You will feel a greater kinship with what I am, the vibration of what I am. That vibration exists within you, exists in the millions of stars in the system, exists in the Milky Way, exists in the angelic realm, and in this vibration that you call Archangel Michael. I am Michael, burning bright, bringing the sword of truth and light. I am Michael, burning bright, bringing the sword of truth and light. I am Michael, burning bright, bringing the sword of truth and light. Holding the palms open, breathing in, breathing out. You may hold your palms open to receive. I have often given you the sword before. I give it to those of you who have received it already as a reminder. I give it to those of you who wish to receive it again as a blessing. I give it to those of you who are here now consciously looking to raise their vibration and to become more balanced in your life. I give it to you as something to wield that can cut those ties that bind you to lower vibratory energies. I am Michael, burning bright, bringing the sword of truth and light. It's probably most important for you to stand. Those of you who have softened so much that your spine has begun to droop, go ahead and stand up. Holding the palms up now as you stand, feel your right foot and your left foot connecting to the new healed whole Mother Earth. You may sway from side to side. Keep the feet about hip length apart. Feel that movement. Feel the straightness of your spine by lifting your chest, that heart lotus that is open now, that is filled with nectar and light. Breathing into it. Feel it. Swaying gently back and forth, finding that vibration that lets you know that you are filled with light and that you are now receiving the sword of truth and light. We ask you to tone 9 times for this. Be very connected to your inner self. Take a moment to set an intention for the use of this sword of truth and light before we begin the tones. Ready? You may have felt me in your heart chakra. You may have felt me in your vision, your third eye. You may have felt the vibration sweep through your body. Go over your intentions now that you have received the sword of truth and light. Take a moment to go over the intentions you just set before your toning. I use this sword of truth and light, and then repeat your intentions. I use this sword of truth and light given to me on this night in the presence of the full moon and in the vibration of the phoenix. I use this sword of truth and light to cut the ties that bind me to behaviors, thoughts, vibratory patterns that no longer serve me. I use this sword of truth and light to cut the ties to people, places, or things in the material world that no longer serve me. I use this sword to open my vision, to bring in clarity, to bring in the clear sight of my inner vision. I use the sword of truth and light to open my heart, to cut away spaces within myself that are dying, to help me release the cells that are dying, the old patterns, the old thoughts, with ease, to help them expel from my body on my breath, through my sweat, through my eliminations, with comfort and ease. I am Michael, burning bright, bringing the sword of truth and light. The angelic realm is near you now, and many of you will be getting visits from this realm in your dreams and in the quiet times when you sit with nature, or the quiet times when you pull back from the world, focusing on your breath. As you move towards the vernal equinox, as you move towards the autumnal equinox, as you move towards this time of balance of light and dark, you will find the ability to balance the light and dark within yourself most powerful. When it is completely balanced within you, you will have a wholeness like never before. Watch the thoughts. Watch the places within you that want to criticize. Watch the places within you that still see an event as negative or positive. Watch the parts within you that are constantly polarizing. It is especially powerful in the next several weeks. You are especially empowered at this time by this energy and by your intentions to be clearer, to be more whole, to come into a wholeness. I am Michael, burning bright, bringing the sword of truth and light. It is my great pleasure to acknowledge your presence and your light here tonight. You may acknowledge mine, and then, stepping into the light, acknowledge your own. Holding the palms open, imagining the fingertips touching, bringing this circle together, and all like-hearted beings on the planet. There are many souls that are coming to that point of moving into holding the light within themselves and accepting the light within themselves on a 50% level. That may not sound like much, particularly to those of you who have been on the path and striving to grow into consciousness, into light, into healing, and into wholeness. But believe me, it is huge, and you will see the transformation begin to take place collectively on your planet. The majority of you listening to this are at least 3/4 of the way along. I am Michael, burning bright, bringing the sword of truth and light. Accept yourself right now with love, your whole being with love. Take a moment to congratulate yourself for being here. Take a moment to recognize that every step of the way and every choice, whether it was a conscious or unconscious choice, is leading you to this brink of shifting, of changing, of moving into mastery. I am Michael, burning bright, bringing the sword of truth